Here's a summary. It's in your packet. And I'd like to push you a little bit more so that you can relate with this four concept, okay? The consuming have implication for you as an individual and also the companies, okay? Going up as an individual. Which product and services do you purchase and use? How much and for what purpose? Consuming behavior. That's the most important thing, and most powerful people in the world is consumers. If Christians do this well, we can change the world. Because all start from there. Are they pleasing to God? In terms of company, you can ask questions like, which product or services does this company produce? Who are your customers? What specific need the product service try to meet? Investing. How do you invest your money, time, and are you responsible for how it is used? You know, how many of you think you're investors here? Oh, only two? Okay. Actually, you are all investors. You have cash in your pocket? That means you have already made a very important financial decision to keep your asset in a form of cash, has no interest. So you decide to financial issues in your pocket with no interest. Right? You're losing opportunity right now. And if you have bank account, you know what? Someone is using your money right now with higher interest. So you're a liar. You're all investors. As soon as you purchase something, you're investing in that company because your purchase becomes their revenue, revenue becomes profit, profit, some of them reinvested into the company. When you click the internet link, you're investing in that company right now. When you watch TV advertisement, you're investing your attention. You're investors. And managing, that's another huge issue. How do you work with other people and manage tasks at work? Do you treat people and manage your tasks based on biblical principles? You know, many good Christians fail badly there. They're created by Christians, but when you look at actually how their companies run, it's against the biblical principles. That's why many people out there, they're hurt by Christians. 장로님, run by 장로님. But a lot of people have angry with them. How could they run business ungodly way? Producing. You know, what do you do in your job? How do you do it? Okay. What kind of value do you create? Through your mental and physical effort. Did you find God's calling and purpose in what you do? It's the core of the business world. Are you with me? Okay. Okay, so that means, okay, here, it takes all individual Christians working in all areas of business activities to build the kingdom of God in the business world. It invites everybody. But how? When the business empire is already up and running with its full forces and driven by human greed and fear, and the power of darkness and evil spirits in heaven, as described in the Ephesians chapter 6. It's true, right? You know, in the Bible, there's a lot of analogy for business world, like prostitute or Babylon. People worship idols in the business world, and those idols drive the business world. Just as Baal and Asherah rule over the land of Canaan. The same thing is happening. That's what we should do. As an individual, I think it may take a war. You know, the influence business is like, it's multi-dimensional. Everyone, you open your eyes, you go to work, you spend your time, interact with business world, the influence comes to you. It's okay if you just flow with the trend, you know, no problem, no problem. But if you attract against it, it takes a war. It's just as our early Christians. There's Roman Empire. The influence is huge. You can, you know, go by with the force. Your life is easy. But the kingdom of God and Roman Empire could not go together. They could not go together. Our early Christians, our forefathers, they didn't just subdue into the Roman Empire. They fought. Not with sword or spear, but with their faith. Because those two kingdoms cannot exist together. Someone had to subdue the other. And finally, they achieved the victory, right? The same thing is happening. You can just go by with the business world, you know. But if you don't change it, it takes a war. By raising God's army. Do you know where this picture come from? Yeah! Have you seen movie 300? I did. You know, it's really violent, so if you don't like violent movie, don't try. But you know, I learned a great lesson. This is the 300 Spartan soldiers. They had to defend 10 millions of Persians army. How did they do that, right? 3 lessons. 1, the natural background. Position is very important. If they, you know, in the middle of the field, no way to defend, but there's a natural background that protects them. Only they can go through this narrow valley. So they position straight. Second, I learned the importance of shield. When the Persian soldier shoot the arrows, it covers the sky, covers the sun. Without shield, you're immediately killed. Doesn't matter how good they were, you know, doing sport or something, you just kill. So, wow, importance is of shield. You just defend first. And then when you have opportunity, use the spear to attack. And thirdly, the coordinated action. They don't fight individually. Okay? Individually, no matter how skillful you are, it's a matter of time. But when they act as one body, they could defend. That was a great lesson for us. So this is JBS strategy. It's raising new generation of gospel for the business world, which means actually I dare to claim we're raising the God's army. The bammers. We call bammers. Bam. You know, in Korean, bam is snake. So when I use bam in Korea, they try to kill me. So they use bomb. The bomb here, it's explosive, right? So here we call bam. In Korea they call bomb. I don't know. Anyway, we call bammers. The very nice thing. Bammers are God's children who find God's mission calling in what they do in the business world, and witness the gospel through their business relationships and practices. But they stand up, they participate in being connected to the worldwide mission. Not by giving up or leaving their business world, but using their business resources. We participate, we are connected to the business world. And for bammers, business and missions are not separate things. And business bammers build 4 pillars in business world. One is worship, which means we need to find God's calling in business world and committing to work for God in His ways. That transformation we call worship. And then we move to the next pillar, which is stewardship, which means this kind of shield. We stand as faithful steward of God, both in the process of margin creation and in the process use of margin. And then we become more aggressive. Exercising Christian influence, that's leadership on people in business world, through our business. And finally, mission, which means we mobilize, we connect into the world business through our business resources. We call it CRN, Christian Business Network. They cry out there. You know, worship is like taking position. Without standing on the holy ground, we cannot fight. Take your position. We need to be grounded. We need to be planted by God. That's the starting point. That's the worship. And then you need to defend, okay? Shield. That's your stewardship. And then we attack, offense. It's like spear. And then we march together. That's the JBS strategy. And we build the kingdom of God. They're staring at me because it's lunchtime. Okay, so during the lunchtime, okay, we have 1 hour. Because, I'm sorry, we have only a few hours per Saturday, so we want to spare you lunchtime for your group discussion. Okay? So go out and take your lunch. And your first job is, as an individual, eating, okay? Think about, I just want to push you. Think about this in terms of what you do in terms of these 4 circles. So think about what you did in the last week. What did you purchase? What did you invest? How did you manage? How did you produce? Okay? Think about, and then when you finish eating, you move to group discussion. Think about, introduce yourself again in terms of what kind of activities you're doing. What are your challenges in each of these areas as a Christian? Pass your discussion topic in the lunch. Okay? Thank you. Good.